In this video, I'm sharing with you how localization automation started so that you understand its current capabilities and limitations, as well as gain an understanding of the key technologies that are available to you today. Localization automation really started within the web content management communities in the late 90s. Back then, a number of software developers tried to figure out a way how to take content out of a content management system and route it into the translation process. And that's really what it was. Get text out, send it to the localization vendor. And they didn't think about video because they did not foresee at the time that explosion of video that we're seeing on the internet today. They also did not take the project manager into consideration, because in those early days all they wanted to do is get content in and out, and all the project management would be done by the project manager on the localization vendor side. So that's why to this day many of the localization automation solutions are centered around the translation memory. They are not focused on the project management that much. Most of them offer quite decent project management capabilities, but not enough to cover the whole range of activities that you do when you are in localization. Translation management systems have become synonymous with localization automation, but they really don't help you to localize your projects. They help you to translate your documents, and that in itself is a huge challenge. It's not easy. I'm not belittling that at all. It's very it's a feat to make a software recognize the file type, break that file into smaller segments, take those segments to analyze the document, calculate word count, calculate cost, calculate turnaround times, route it to the next person in the workflow, support the translator in terminology with reference material or style guides, and then route all of this back. But for many tasks, you still need additional tools like a project management tool. So, and we go into all of that right now. So let's start with what is the definition of localization automation? What's its mission statement? And on the high level, it would be whatever you need to do to make sure that your content, and with content I mean text, video, graphics, audio, whatever, is localized where you need it, available where you need it, when you need it, in the right format and the right language, in a way that is right and works for your business. And the last part of the sentence is very important. We will learn later on that there is no one-size-fits-all solution. At a very minimum, the mission statement is here in red, which means make sure content is localized for your business. Localization automation will involve two things: defined processes and multiple people that work in different roles within those processes. And even if you did not automate at all, you would still define some kind of process and the roles of the people that are part of it. Localization automation might involve, it doesn't have to, but it might involve one or content management systems. That's where you store all of your content, and a content management system is there to store the content, support the creation of the content, publish the content on the web, and It also has some workflows to for content authorization and publishing. Then you have a translation management system. And the translation management system, its purpose is to really analyze the documents or the content, break it down into segments, route it to the next translator, support the translation process. Those are two tasks. So you have a workflow in the content management system, and that workflow includes routing content to the translation process, and it includes another workflow within the translation management system where the file gets segmented, analyzed, and routed to the next translator and then sent back. In any case, it will involve people. So behind the TMS you always have people. You have a project manager. Even if you automate a lot, things always go wrong. Files get lost, files get not segmented right. For whatever reason, you need someone to work on exceptions. And at the end of the downstream, you have the translators and the reviewers that need to interact with the translation management system to get their work done. In order to make that all work, you need to connect your content management system with your with your translation management system. So, in other words, you need to combine those two workflows, but you also need to make sure that content is put out of the CMS and sent to the translation management system, and when it's sent back, it will make its way to the right place in the database. And very often then, or most likely, you also have a staging review process in the content management system where you can see that translated document in context of everything else that's on the page. Localization automation might also involve a project management tool for many tasks that you need to do outside of the actual translation process. It may involve machine translation, and already hears you say, like, oh no, machine translation doesn't work, and I think that statement is partially right, but there are very, very cool and very effective solutions for using machine translation. And if you don't want to go that route, you might want to decide to work with a crowd, and instead of hiring a translation services provider, you hire a group of volunteers. In that case, you would still need to support that group with a platform that routes jobs to them, that gives them access to the terminology, access to the translation memory, and reference material. So even if you want to go the volunteer route, you need to provide some technology and automate some of those processes there to make that work efficient. So what I want you to take home from this session is that you understand that translation management systems are only one part of localization automation, an important part, but they're only one part. There are other technologies that are involved, such as the content management system, machine translation, a crowdsourcing platform, and a project management tool. Therefore, I also would like you to take home that there is no one-size-fits-all solution. You will need to see which of the elements you need and what makes the most sense for you from a budget perspective and for an efficiency gain as well. And the rest of this course will give you all that information and knowledge that you need in order to make that decision.